welcome to my very first review, and I may be a bit biased due to my fanboyism. I had opportunities to watch this movie in a theaters with amazing people, whether they're fans or cosplayers even. It's sad that it's come to an end, but with that, they gave us, the fans, what we wanted and ended on a high note. Hello everyone, I'm Joe Yu, welcome to another edition of Newin Anime Review. In this episode, Love Live, the school idol movie. If you haven't seen or watched Love Live yet, I recommend you go watch it because there might be some spoilers up ahead. The story begins right after the ending of Season 2 of Love Live, where Hanayo gets an email from the organizer of the Love Live competition to hold another Love Live in Tokyo Dome. But in order for that to happen, they need more publicity, so they ask Muse to go to America to give them more coverage. At least that is what the first half of the movie is about. The second half of the movie focuses more on the group's Muse and their future, without spoiling too much. The first half, when Muse is in New York, plays out as a rather light-hearted slice of life where the girls just basically act like how tourists would. They basically just have fun in New York leading up to their concert in Times Square. The pacing of the movie felt kind of awkward as they seemed to jump through multiple plots a lot. There was so much story they were trying to fit in, so some of it concluded either awkwardly or felt too rushed. However, some of the plot either made no sense or didn't need it to be included in the first place, such as the certain scene where Arise is asking to sing with Muse. Although the conversation happened, it never really happened in the movie. And there was a bit of supernatural themes in the movie as well, as we see this mystery woman in the movie who resembles Honoka, but it's never confirmed who she is. The story felt like it was doing too much for its 1 hour and 40-minute runtime. We see the girls go to New York, come back realizing they're super famous, deciding whether to stay together or not, and organizing a concert. However, despite all this, it ended nicely. For the characters, all I can say is that we're getting equal amounts of time to spend with all of them, with the exception of Honoka, who gets the most attention. But over the course of the movie, we see Honoka struggling to make a decision whether to keep Muse or disband them. And it's that development towards the decision is what makes this story so heartwarming and incredible. The highlights are when all the girls interact with each other. The amount of time they spend with each other are reflected on how they feel about each other. They all have the mentality that this is the last time they'll spend, so all their interactions felt very emotional. However, they also felt so real as we can feel the emotions in their reactions. Because Love Live has been more about the members of Muse, it's sad to see them interact with each other for one last time, so their final moments together are very touching and entertaining at the same time. I still wish we saw more of the other members of Muse, because Honoka was shown a lot, and I get she's the center, but an idol anime should be about the members, not just the one character, which is kind of disappointing to me. The art style and animation is pretty much the same as the TV anime, however there is clearly more detail put into this movie. The backgrounds look amazing, they look colourful and lively, which is something that was lacking from the TV anime. This can be seen when they go to New York and Akihabara. The environment feels so at home and warm to their real life counterparts. The girls' designs are cute as usual, however the performances are what shines the most. Even though I'm still not a huge fan of 3D, I can't help but appreciate the choreography of the songs they used. It runs smooth and looks nice. Where the anime shines the most is not during the 3D performances, but during the times when the characters would randomly break into song like a Disney musical, where the animation is done in 2D, which makes me wish for them to have done the performance all in 2D, because it looks so much better. There are 6 main songs in the movie, 3 of them are performances, and the other 3 are where the characters of each year level break into song randomly. The highlights would be Sunny Day song when Muse is performing in front of a massive crowd in Akihabara, and the fact that they had so many other idols in the background. It ran so smoothly. And 2 of the songs the first and third years broke into were amazing as well, and was so awesome to listen to. There is one thing I like to say about the set lists though. It feels like there was too little of it, and didn't really sound as good as Season 1 in my opinion. To me, Season 1 had better songs, but I would say the movie is slightly on par with Season 2. It's just because Season 2 had snow halation. Also, apparently the mystery woman was singing an English song in the Japanese theatrical release. However, it was just La 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 in the global release. Also, speaking of the voices, big props to the studio getting actual Americans to play the New Yorkers during the New York scenes. As you can tell, the Japanese was so cringe, and also hearing Muse's English was so cringe as well. But in a good way, because that's how it should sound as foreigners. If you're a fan of Love Live, you're gonna love this movie. It pays so much homage to all the fans of the franchise. So as a fellow fan, I enjoyed this movie from start to finish. The reason why I enjoy it because I love this franchise, and also because I know the characters and all the different personalities. A lot of comics rehashed from the TV series and reflecting on the characters' personalities as we know them. Which is why the movie does so well, because we as the fans know how these characters should react. However, if you don't know who these characters are, it may be a bit confusing for you. There is a lot of enjoyable moments in the movie and fan service. Now I don't mean fan service as in sexualized content, but we get a few shippings here and there, which got the audience in the cinema hyped! Especially one scene that was my highlight that involved Maki and Nico, who, if you haven't guessed, are my favorites. But there's still a lot to enjoy from this besides character interactions. The performances and songs bring a nice blissful vibe to the whole movie, and you're just filled with glee afterwards, which works so well with the ending of the movie. Because you're happy to see these characters interact with each other one more time. And I know from experience, this is how idols usually work. Sometimes in their lives they just have to stop. But when they do, there's always another light shining at the end of the tunnel, and you can't help but appreciate that you were part of the journey. As we begin to wrap up the review, I give the story a 7. The story is the weakest part of me, for it has awkward pacing and has plot holes. However, it is a heartwarming story that should make you feel emotional in a happy way, and it ended well. The animation and sound get a 9 out of 10 from me. The detail put into the backgrounds and choreography are amazing to look at, and the performances in 2D are awesome to look at. But it does make me wish the 3D performances were in 2D. I'm just not a huge fan of 3D, that is all. The soundtrack, it may not be as good as season 1, but it's still exciting and enjoyable to listen to. All condensed with emotion, and the singing is just incredible and brings out the best in you with its happy vibe. The characters get a 9 from me because each character gets an equal amount of screen time. It's only the fact that we see Honoka too much I'm deducting a point, because it should be more about the whole group. But their interactions with each other were good, and it was nice to see their relationship with each other for one more time as they develop. For my own personal enjoyment, I give it a 10. The plot touched my heart, and the amount of references and appreciation for the fans in this movie is incredible. This movie is indeed a big thank you for the fans, and I enjoyed every moment of the movie. So for the overall score of Love Live the School Idol movie, I give it a 9 out of 10. For casual anime fans, this can be debatable. This movie is aimed towards its fans. I recommend this movie is a must watch for Love Live fans. There's so much tributes for them. I also recommend this to Idol fans as the story is very touching and lighthearted to enjoy. As for Love Live fans, this movie is a big amazing send-off for Muse, the anime at least, because I don't know if the actual group is stopping yet. But that's it for this edition of your anime review. I know it's been a while, but I really just wanted to come back with something special, so why not? I thought the movie. And I can't wait to watch it again, because anything that touches my heart like that is a must watch for me. Well, if you want to read a written review, the link is down below in the screen, straight to my anime list. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. If you don't bother, go watch another video. And with that all said and done, keep calm and nico nico nui. Sayonara.